In this week's video, we leave Meaher State Park in Alabama and make the long trip back to Canada. We make many stops along the way to break the trip up, including 2 overnight stays at KOAs and 1 night boondocking at a Cracker Barrel. We also take some time to reflect on the amazing trip we've had. Stay tuned for all of that and more. After 2 months of adventures, it's finally time for us to start heading north again. It's bittersweet because this has been an amazing trip, but we're very excited to see our family and friends as well. We're taking our time getting back home with no firm plan for how far we're going to drive every day or where we'll stay overnight. We're generally planners, but in this case, it's more fun to see where the road takes us. Our first rest stop of many today. It's going to be a long driving day, and we do like to stop every hour to take a little break, take Hudson out, have some food. We are now at stop number 4 for the night. Or for the day, I should say. It's Buc-ee's, and we're just about to cross the border into Tennessee, and we've decided tonight we are going to stay at the Nashville KOA, which we've stayed at many times before. You gotta love these signs at Buc-ee's. We went almost the entire trip with no rain, so it would only make sense that our drive home would be rainstorm after rainstorm. On the bright side, at least we're not missing out on any nice sunny weather. Well, we just arrived, and before we could actually get settled in, it is pouring rain. So we're plugged in, but the water's not hooked up. Nothing else is set up. But at least we're in the trailer, trying to get dry now. So despite the rain, we're settled in. We've got some hummus, some salsa, some wine, and we're mostly set up. Not too bad at all for a day where we drove over 700 kilometers. The next morning, we were back on the road, and the rain was back again. But luckily, it didn't last long. Arrived at the Kentucky Welcome Center, our first stop of today. We are just in a Buc-ee's parking lot right now. Hudson's busy eating carrots and we just fueled up. And Dave needs to move to park, so I figured I'd stay in the Escape. And it'll be interesting to see how much things actually move in here, even just through the parking lot. So we're actually moving now. And actually very minimal. Don't see a lot moving around here. It's pretty smooth. Although we were at a Buc-ee's, we still made our own sandwiches in the trailer. However, we couldn't resist picking up some paddle tails for dessert. We may have made our own sandwiches, but we did get dessert from Buc-ee's. Delicious paddle tails. I guess it's the American version of the beaver tail. Well, we're about to leave Buc-ee's, but honestly, we don't really have a plan today. We're just driving north. We're hoping to find a nice state park or campground of some kind where we can stay for a couple nights. And worst comes to worst, if we can't find something, we'll stay at a Cracker Barrel. This is our next rest stop. It is the Indiana Welcome Center. Probably only gonna go for another hour or two today. See if we can make it past Indianapolis. The Escape looking so tiny next to all of these transport trucks. But hey, it works for us. Final stop for the night, Cracker Barrel in Gas City. Getting very close to the Michigan border now. Just had another good stay at a Cracker Barrel. Great way to find a camping spot overnight when you're just looking for a quick place to stop. Now it's time to have some breakfast and get back on the road again. Yes, even though we're literally in a restaurant parking lot, we still made our own breakfast. As much as possible, we like to make our own meals. This is less expensive and much healthier. We're officially in Michigan, and we are stopping at the Coldwater rest stop. Going to take a longer break here, get some dishes done, and prepare for the day. We are approximately halfway through Michigan from south to north, so we're taking another stop. The weird thing is, we're at a welcome center. Not sure why there's a welcome center this far into Michigan, but I'm gonna go in and check it out. Check this out. They've even got a replica of the Mackinac Bridge, which we're gonna be crossing in about an hour and a half from now. Lots to see in here. And now back to the trailer where Dave is making some coffee. Oh, almost got hit by that.
Almost got you with hot water. Just making a coffee on the road.
And of course Hudson needs a walk too. We all need to stretch our legs a little bit. We just had a very rude awakening. At the last rest stop we were at, it was 26 degrees, and now, only half an hour later, it has dropped down to 10 degrees. And it's only getting colder tonight, and now it's also raining. What are we coming back to? I know, we shouldn't be complaining. We just had an extra 2 months of warmth that we wouldn't normally get. But it was certainly a shock to go from such warm weather to such cold weather in the span of an hour. And the rain certainly wasn't helping matters either. Officially at our last stop before the campground, and it is freezing here. I'm gonna go get a sweater and some pants. We're still wearing shorts and sandals right now, but we're only 20 minutes from the campground. It's gonna be a cold setup today and a cold night. But that's okay. Tomorrow we head home. We have arrived at the KOA. Unfortunately, they had a water line break not too long ago, but they were able to give us some water at the main office to fill our tank, and now we're gonna go get settled in at the site. It's raining, it's cold, but that's okay. We're gonna have a nice relaxing night and a good dinner. Hudson, did you have a good trip? Hey, are you happy that you had a good trip? Yeah, you're back to the cold now. Chicken. Go get chicken. So Dave and I are sitting here in the trailer. It's cold outside, it's rainy, and we're watching YouTubes of the trip, kind of reminiscing as part of our last day of this adventure. And we're trying to think about all of the things that we want to note down for next year. And I guess one thing that came to mind is that maybe we came back a little soon because it's still pretty cold. So we're thinking later in May next time instead of the end of April. But we definitely enjoyed this trip, and watching the videos really makes us appreciate everything we did and all of the adventures we had.
We're reminiscing here, and it's a nice way to end the trip. But even though this trip was very similar to last year's trip, minus my parents being around, every trip is so different. The people you meet and just the conversations you have with your spouse in the car or maybe in your own head. But my point is, it's soul soothing.
Time to make some dinner. Dave does not like that I'm recording again.
People are gonna think it's weird we put avocado on pizza.
No. What I was gonna say is this is a store-bought pizza, but we're adding lots of extra ingredients on it to make it that much better.
Especially because we're crossing the border tomorrow morning and we can't bring these ingredients.
Yes, we are limited in what we can cross the border with, so we're trying to eat it all right now. Well, it is about 7 a.m. here at the KOA in Mackinac in Michigan, and we are starting this trip, or we are ending this trip the same way we started. It's cold. If you look at the first video of this season, I'm out walking with Hudson in the snow. Luckily there's no snow and it is springtime, but it does feel quite cold. But we are excited to get home today. We've got about a 5-hour drive back to our house, and then we can go and visit family and friends again, so we're super excited for that. Officially crossed the border, and we are officially back in Canada. We really do hope that you enjoyed this season, and don't worry, there's a lot more trailer travel coming, and by the time this video airs, we're probably going to be on our next trip. Maybe it'll be to the east coast of Canada, maybe it'll be to the west coast of the United States. You'll just have to stay tuned to find out. And just like that, we are back at home. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.